So this right here is the Cool Breeze model A-137. This is kind of a familiar fan if you've watched the YouTube channel Baltimore Alarms and Fans. This was the original one he got. I believe he purchased this on eBay. And that's kind of a bit of the backstory. This was his #1 childhood fan. Just recently he acquired, and the PTAC turned on. So he recently acquired another one of these that was in good condition. This one here has had some issues. The plastic on the base is deteriorating in a few spots. It's kind of yellowed out here. It's missing a piece of the center medallion right here. Those are the main issues. The bearings on it are kind of locked. In a way, it spins down somewhat quickly. It's actually, I've been running it for a while, so it's a bit more freed up than it was. There's a small 466 motor in it. I think this, I believe it's like Yinghong Electric Co.'s the OEM, but I believe this is a later counterpart of a Kuhashing fan, but I'm honestly not even sure anymore. The blade cap there, it's black, which is kind of an interesting thing. It's pretty much almost identical to the Kuo Horn fan, same with the blade design, but I believe Kuhashing also used this design as well. One of my favorite things about this fan is the blade design. I love the shade of blue. Something about it I just kind of like. Also, the text here, which it's kind of blurry. Now, I don't know why it was being a pain to focus, but the text here on the badge appears to be green. Same with on the base. All of the buttons are the same color. It's this really, really dark green with kind of like a tan. I'm not sure if this is yellowed out or if it was originally that color, so I'm not really sure. These fans are kind of very rare, so I don't really know if there is like any sort of information that can kind of like tell me what these used to look like. Also, the motor housing on this fan, I don't know why. I swear there's another fan I've seen before growing up that had this motor housing design on it. My grandmother had a Cool Breeze fan as well, but that one had a different type of housing design. She had a 80s one and a 2000s one. A 2000s one was made by Guanxing, and it had vents going this way. And then the other one was made by Kielhorn, and it had the circular vents. I don't know why the camera's aimed upwards. During shipping, the oscillation knob broke, so this is actually off of a Kuhashing. Kind of fit on, but I kind of had to put some tape in there to kind of get it to stay. The oscillation mechanism on this fan actually runs like really smooth. Got the handle here in the back. Another nice look at the beautiful blue blades. Actually, we'll flip this up on the bottom because I want to see Hung Hashing. So I see Hashing in there, so I'm gonna guess it's Kuhashing, and it is made in Taiwan. So Hung Hashing. So I'm gonna guess it is possibly related to Kuhashing. Yeah, 12-inch model A-137. The old Cool Breeze logo, which Cool Breeze is a very nostalgic name to me. So, a lot of fans from the early 2000s and 2010s I remembered seeing this brand on growing up. So, well, actually just the two my grandma had, but very nostalgic. Anyway, let's get on to the test. Oh yeah, this has I believe it's polarized unfused plug. It's down there in that surge protector. But here is the low speed. This fan is nearly dead silent. I would say this thing is probably the performance on this could be comparable to a Galaxy, like an amber one. I might eventually do a side-by-side comparison against this to a Galaxy. I also want to do a comparison against this to my Cozy Breeze, which is not a Cool Breeze, it's a Cozy Breeze, but it's a similar oscillating fan. It's made by Kuhishing, and it's I believe, a good 10 years older than this. I think that this fan dates to 1993, but I'm not sure. This could be older. I know later on there was versions of these with a shiny badge that were the Collins variants, which I'd like to find one of those. I had a 16-inch one in brown at one point in time, but that I didn't hold on to that for very long. Here's a medium. The buttons on this thing feel really nice too. When I first got here, I actually was using this fan on high speed, and it was really nice. It has a nice sound on high speed as well. And the air definitely does carry, if you can't tell. I'm standing back here. I don't really know how far away this is, but it's definitely far from the fan, and I do feel a really nice breeze. I guess I feel like if it was a Galaxy, the breeze would be more steady. This feels a bit more lighter. Like, the breeze it just puts out is a kind of, I don't know, probably because the blades are rounded tip. Oscillations. When Baltimore Alarms and Fans originally got this one here, I kind of fell in love with the color of the blades, and I immediately wanted to get one. I never thought I would actually end up with one of these, let alone the same exact one that he had. So this was kind of a surprise. There was one on eBay for a little while that was, I think, like $45 or something. It was kind of out of my price range, so I didn't even bother with it. But still, it's just kind of nice actually owning one of these. This was definitely high up on my want list, even though it has no sentimental value to me. I guess you could say the Cool Breeze brand itself is kind of nostalgic. I just love seeing that brand on a fan. Once again, dead silent on low speed. This thing, you can't even hear it really when it runs. I've been using this fan on medium speed a majority of my time here. And even on low, it still puts out a good breeze. It's nowhere near... Well, actually, I would say it is pretty comparable to the Galaxies. In terms of performance, it's still definitely the Galaxy, but I would probably take this instead just because it's more unique. Go up to high, and then we'll do spin down. This fan doesn't really have much of a startup sound, at least not one I've heard. I love the center badge on this. It reminds me of those little plastic disc air fresheners. My grandma had one in her laundry room, actually, growing up. So... it does stop somewhat quick. Definitely a really cool fan. This is definitely going to be on my top 3 favorite fans, probably like 3rd or something. Maybe 2nd, I don't know. But definitely really have a thing for older Cool Breeze stuff. Hopefully I can get the older Kuo horn version from the 80s, one with the gray blades. That's the version I'm out to get. And possibly another 16-inch Collins variant in brown. So, yeah, there's actually still a good bit of Cool Breeze fans I want to get for the collection. But that should be the rest of this. Thank you very much for watching, and keep the breeze. Actually, I'm going to start it back up on medium.